Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Foxtrot. I had been practicing Elliott wave theory for almost 20 years and I have found it extremely helpful in my investment activities. Today I am gonna share my experience on one of the most prominent and fascinating part of the wave theory, which is called the extension of waves. The extensions, though not frequent, is one of the most important market phenomena which is measured by the wave principle. In an extension, the length of the wave becomes much larger than normal. It may occur as a part of wave 1 or wave 3, but today I'm going to speak on the extension which happens in wave 5. When a 5-wave movement of primary dimension has been completed, we then expect a corrective phase, a bear market, to ensure that will purge the market of all the excesses that were accumulated during the 5 waves. Now let's have a look at the basic extension structure. In this diagram we have extension in wave 5. When you have extension in wave 5, you typically would have the wave 2 and wave 4 of subnormal duration, both in amplitude and time. And one of the hallmark of extension in wave 5 is that it would almost certainly be followed by 2 large waves. One would come and retrace the entire extension and typically terminate at the beginning point of the extension, whereas the second retracement would go beyond the peak of the wave 5 and mark a new high. So let's look at the wave retracement 1. It is comprised of three legs. Comes and retraces the entire extension. Very rarely would find that this leg has anywhere gone below the extension point. And the retracement 2 is also comprised of 3 legs, but is slightly more sluggish in terms of the formation, so it will consume a little more time. And but once this starts unfolding, it will go beyond the peak of wave 5, and after that leg is completed, we should see a larger corrective wave which should correct the entire structure, and that would be of exceptional velocity. The structure again would be of 5 waves, and the likely terminal point for that would be the beginning of the wave 4 of the previous structure. Now let's look at a few guidelines which typically are observed during the course of the extension as well as the double retracements. The one is that the volume, typical volume would rise during the phase of the extension. Second would be that waves 2 and 4 are subnormal in both amplitude and time. Third would be that the extended wave, and in this case the wave 5, should be minimum of 161.8% of the next longest wave, which is wave 3 in this case. Then next guideline is that only one impulse wave can extend during a cycle. So in case this my environment is conducive and you had seen that wave 1 and wave 3 has not extended, and both wave 2 and 4 are of subnormal in duration and amplitude, so it's very likely that the wave 5th would extend. And there is, in terms of the target for the wave 5 would be the the amplitude of the extended wave typical would equal to the combined amplitude of the non-extending wave. So in this case wave 5 should be equal to the combined amplitude of both wave 1 and wave 3. Now after the extension has been completed, so there are certain guidelines for the double retracements as well. The first one is that there's a general observation that in the most fifth wave extensions are followed by a double retracement pattern. The first retracement comprised of three counts occur immediately in a normal fashion, and it typically likely to terminate at the beginning of the extension. The second retracement would consume more time, but eventually go beyond the peak of the fifth wave and mark a new high. And once this entire structure is complete, there would be a corrective wave which should be of a more strength, more ferocious than what has been observed in the cycle so far. To sum up, if the environment of at least 1 degree higher is conducive, and the construction of the structure is sharp, and wave 1, 2, 3 and 4 are subdued, then it is highly probable that the wave 5 will extend, and in that case look for the expansion in the volume during the extension as a validation point. One thing is almost certain, that after the extension in wave 5, it would be followed almost certainly by two large waves which are called retracements. While the first retracement will likely to terminate at the starting point of the extension, the second retracement will take little time to develop, but ultimately go past the peak of wave 5, and post the completion of this second retracement, a large corrective wave should commence, which should be of exceptional velocity, and the likely target for that corrective wave is the beginning of wave 4. So that was it. Personally, I have treated this structure many times over the last many years, and had been very successful and very rewarding. I hope you will also benefit from this. Thank you for your time. Thank you.